Hey you! Yes, you same black person watching this video right now. Pause and let's discuss. Why have we allowed outsiders and certain black people amongst ourselves make fun of our God-given features as though it's something cool to do? Have you noticed that if you go to any comedy show, there are certain comedians that will center their jokes around degrading black features as though it's something funny to say, and in the audience there are going to be so many black people who will laugh hard as though someone has not said something that's racially offensive and needs to be punished for it, but we are paying him a lot of money to go listen to those degrading jokes. Let's be honest. When was the first time someone made you feel like your skin was too dark, your nose was too big, or your hair was too rough? And here's the real question: who gave these people the right, the confidence to even say that to your face, to public, like vis-a-vis akuza na kufeshi kwako, that you want because you look like this, center just around you being black? Yeah, think about it. Because in today's topic, we are not going to be polite. We are going to be real. Because this one question is everywhere in our generation. Why do some black people feel like their natural features are not enough? And I want you to sit with this in your mind, like let it sink. Because somebody somewhere taught us that being ourselves wasn't the best version of us. Being black, having a big nose is not the best version of us. Have you heard things like, "You're pretty for a dark-skinned girl"? Dark-skinned girls are ugly, according to that person's standard. And they didn't want you to be like, "Thank you." At a racial compliment that doesn't even make sense, that comes from nowhere. Like it just comes from their back of their head and they think it's the fastest thing to say. What does that even mean? Pretty for who exactly? Who decided there's a four condition on beauty? Drop that in your mind for a second. Think about it. Why? Or have you heard of something like, you would be fine if your nose was smaller? Bafuna tumpona twantu kazinkala so, and then kangono kachepa kadi kangono so kwatu ka Michael Jackson pamela tenga seja kala so na kangono so, and they are going to even be like, "You look beautiful." They embrace such kind of things. Your hair would look better if it was straight. If ni afro kinky, there's something wrong. If you go with afro in an office, have you noticed that in this day and age, if you go in an office with afro hair, you don't look as neat, or certain people feel like you don't look as neat as the one who has something that I have right now in my head. You unasarila in your natural state, and your hair would look better if it was straight. Now, let me ask you something. If those features are wrong, why are they the ones you were born with? And why do people talk like they're fixing you instead of just accepting you? Let's go deeper. Let's just really go deeper. Because this is no longer just comparison or comments. This is just no longer comments. In fact, they're just not longer comments from people. It becomes comparison. You open TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, and suddenly one type of beauty is being pushed everywhere. Light-skinned beauty. Ukaona muntu wa black pa adverts, you promoter will be skincare products, dresses, yamasiditi, or anything about beauty, or any. In fact, these days it has been extended far beyond beauty, even just food. Nishu yo aif ya advert, aif ya mwe bantu abakaona wa black ashita advertise olonyama bazashitono wenda ukamba pa comment section so akolokota na mabonzo. Such kind of things, like it's so disturbing. And now you start asking yourself, why don't I look like that? But there's the question nobody asks you loud enough. There's a question: Why should you look like that? Like, what's so special about looking like that? And here is where it gets even more uncomfortable. A lot of these ideas didn't come from strangers. They came from home, from friends saying it as a joke, from family saying it as advice, from people who swear they love you but still correct your natural self. You'll find that your friends will be making fun of your skin color. They'll be like, you're not fit piece. Or some parents will even be like making as a form of discipline from you. They'll be saying certain natural features that you have to like discipline you, like correct you, but they'll be using natural features that you have as in a negative way. And society has embraced using that. And it's leading to a generation where people feel like being a black person is a bad thing. I've heard a lot of black people, among us you, as in being black is something wrong with someone. Like there's something wrong if you're born a black person. And it leaves you with a question. How do you love someone and still suggest they need fixing things that they can't, they don't have control born with? Like, how? But let's flip it now, because this is where people start waking up. What if your features were never the problem? Because, or what if your skin wasn't too dark but too powerful for what the world was used to? Have you noticed that this black skin is a God-given gift? This is the kind of skin that can stand on the sun for hours and hours without needing sunscreen. Unlike other races, if they stand on the sun for hours and hours, the skin becomes so red and damaged. But your skin is so unique that you are able to handle the African heat very well. You don't need to spend so much money looking for creams that would help protect it, because it's its own protection layer. What if your hair wasn't rough, but literally unique texture that carries identity? Have you noticed? I was listening to someone's podcast on YouTube where she said that a long time ago, black girls used to, when they were gotten from Africa during the colonial days, black people would plait their hairs, black women in fact would plait their hairs with unique hairstyles. They would give themselves unique hairstyles, each girl unique hairstyles, that white women were feeling very uncomfortable with that, because white men were getting very ivy, like bezolangana na maningi to those hairstyles, that they would start admiring those black women, and they were forced to like start covering their hairs. They were like, "Ah, that's not unique enough." They would like give them vitambara. And in as days went by, they would even make their hairs feel like it's too rough, too unneat, that they would start giving them even their hairs to make them look like them. And it was something that made me wake up. It was like, that's so true. If you've noticed certain Nigerian hairstyles, certain hairstyles that come from Africa, like dreadlocks, braids, bantu knots, these hairstyles are embraced by so many people around the world, that if it's done by a white person, Africans will flock on the comment section complimenting it more than they can ever compliment a black person doing that same hairstyle. It's so confusing. It's really confusing. But again, they are the same features that white people want to, same things white people want to criticize, but they are benefiting from using it. And it's confusing. But we black people are even allowing them to do that. We are like criticizing ourselves and allowing strangers to continue criticizing us, as though it makes us feel good doing it. And then in the process, you make even a future generation feel ashamed of their features, as though it's something wrong to have. Now, here's the part I want comments on. Be honest. Have you ever looked at yourself and questioned your own features because of something someone said? And you ever catch yourself repeating those same words to someone else? Because I have. Where you look in the mirror, someone said some negative comments about you, about your natural features, and you look in the mirror and then you see them as a negative thing, and then you go and use it on someone else again, but it affected you. But you use it on someone else because you're upset or something. And you feel good removing it as though it's something nice to even say to a fellow black person. And this is where the cycle either continues or breaks. Shame is not natural, it's taught. And anything that is taught can be unlearned. So let me end it this way: your features are not a mistake, they are not a problem to solve, they are not something to upgrade. They are you. And the moment you stop trying to fix yourself is the moment you start actually seeing yourself. The moment people, Africans, will embrace their natural looks is the moment that they'll even be confident enough to promote what they create in Africa, because what was on the outside is no longer affecting what's up here. That Americans are using against us. In fact, white people are using against us because there are certain black Americans. So yeah. So I want to hear from you. What's the worst comment you've ever heard about your appearance? And did it shape how you saw yourself, or did you rise above it? Drop it below and let's talk honestly. Just let it out. This has been WanguTalks, and if this made you uncomfortable, good. Because comfort never changed anything. But truth changes everything. Stay real, stay loud, stay proud. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye.